How's it going, guys? Cameron here, it's Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video. Now today we are taking a look at the 1988 title Techno Cop, developed by Razorsoft. Maybe it was published by Razorsoft, excuse me. Now this game again came out in 1988, action video game for the Amiga, Amstrad, CPC, Apple II, Atari ST, Commodore 64, DOS, and the ZX Spectrum. It was ported to the Sega Genesis 2 years later. When the game came out at the time, it was quite controversial because of the violence, whereas obviously this game wouldn't be a big deal in today's age. All the companies are trying to outdo each other as far as violence is concerned. Back in 1990, this was definitely a big deal. Now, we're getting into the game here. Now, this is one of those games where it's critically panned, but, looking at it now, it's almost so bad that it's good, if that makes sense. Now you're seeing the opening scenes here where you're in the car. You actually accelerate with the up button, up arrow on the D-pad, excuse me. And these cars that are on the road, we don't know if it's pedestrian traffic or if these are enemies, purposefully trying to get in your way to slow you down. And the goal is you're trying to get as quickly as possible to the crime scene so you can go in there and take out the head honcho, the boss. So you can see once you get to the crime scene here, the clock starts ticking. Now you can see that the clock ticks faster than a real clock in the real world. Now I want to point out something here as we get into the building. You'll see there's a little white arrow in the box with the clock. That tells you where you need to go in the apartment complex. If you don't follow the arrow, then you could end up going the wrong way and you could end up running out of time. So you'll see here I made it to the the level below where I had entered the building. So I don't know if it's a sub basement. I don't know. So here's the boss coming up here. This was tricky. I had to try this a couple of times. It's very tricky. You jump here and then you shoot him. Boom. Promotion granted. New ranking. Rookie. 50,000 points. With 55 seconds to spare. Pick up the money bag. And now I got to get back to my car. So, yeah, the controls are terrible in this game. When you crouch, your guy ends up wanting to turn his body around for whatever reason. So it's pretty frustrating. A lot of times you can jump your way through the apartment building without having to interact or get into a gunfight, and that's, I found, an easier way to get to the boss. But there are pit deaths here. Like if you fall down certain floors, you could end up dying. So that's why it's best to use the elevator. So just gonna run around these guys here and get back to my car. Now, very difficult game this is, but I found an exploit to be able to beat the game. Now you may say it's considered cheating, but hey, if the game allows it, then it's not really cheating. So I am going to try it. I didn't try it on this playthrough here. Not really a playthrough, I'm just showing you guys some of the gameplay. But I'll show you once we get to the next crime scene what I mean. So again, this means nothing. I'm just shooting aimlessly, trying to get past these cars as quickly as possible. The only benefit to, trying to get to the next crime scene as quickly as possible is if you're trying to speedrun this game. It is listed on speedrun.com. There are 3 individuals who have submitted runs, and the quickest completion of this game is 26 minutes, which I could see because I spent around 11 minutes on this attempt and I got to stage 5, right? So it is definitely possible. I was on the right trajectory to, let's say if I had beaten the game, I imagine it would have been around 26 minutes, I'm assuming. So we're gonna just get through here. Yeah, he's driving a Lamborghini. Looks like a 25th anniversary Countach. So right here, what you could do is you could let the clock run down. Okay, you could let the clock run down. There we go. And then you could step into the apartment building, and it will immediately tell you that you ran out of time, and it will tell you to go back to your car, and then you go back to your car, and it would proceed to stage 3, etc. Then you get your car and you go to the next crime scene. You let the clock run down. You step into the apartment building and step back out, and it'll tell you, and then it'll get you to stage 4, all the way up to stage 11. So I'm going to try it. Yeah, it's cheap, but what ends up happening is you're still beating the stage. It's just you're not getting a better rank as far as your police officer is concerned, right? I don't know if once I get to stage 11, there's this guy here. Looks like he's a pimp. So he said promotion denied, current rank rookie. So I don't know why it was denied there. I don't quite understand what happened. But like I said, I'm going to try it after you guys watch this. I'm going to try to run it through and see if I can get to stage 11 just by running the clock. And I'm going to see if I actually have to fight the boss at the end, or if I can beat the game without having to fight anybody. It'd be interesting to see. Like I said, if the game has a cheap exploit which allows you to get away with getting to stage 11 without having to interact with any NPCs, hey, it may not be the best way to beat a game, but technically speaking, it's still beating the game. It is. So we'll see. I'm going to try it out. But yeah, like I said, as you watch this here, I'm playing it as the developer intended for you to play it, right? You're supposed to go into the building and shoot down the pimp, taxi driver style, and move on to the next crime scene. So yeah, when you blow up these cars, unfortunately you don't get any dramatic explosion. You just get a cloud of dust, kind of like a cloud of smoke, kind of anticlimactic, if you ask me. It's funny, the music during the opening screen before you start the game is really good, and the music when you die is really good, but while you're playing the game there's no music whatsoever. Yeah, so these NPCs are absolutely relentless. They're always respawning. I like how his body kind of twitches a bit after he hits the ground. Nice attention to detail. You can see on the wall there, DOA rules, punk. DOA is an old punk band from the late 70s, early 80s. Dead on Arrival. See? As soon as I crouched, he had a tendency to turn to the left. I don't know why that is. So, yeah, right here I'm trying to get to the upper right. And this is where I got fucked up because now it's telling me to go down. So I'm on the wrong level. You get shot in the foot, he hops around like that. You can't do anything. I could not find how to get to the right level here. Could not figure it out. Boom. Ah. Yeah, see, I couldn't figure it out. Time limit exceeded. See? Criminal has escaped. Return to your car. So whether or not you actually kill the boss, it tells you to return to your car and proceed to the next stage.
You fucking kidding me?
And this is why I like the Sega Genesis. You would never see a game like this on the Super NES. The Super NES was far more wholesome to a certain degree. The Super Nintendo gained a little bit of a harder edge. A few years into its lifespan. When we got Doom for the Super NES, that was pretty hardcore. Yeah, so you have a gun and you have a net you can use as well. And you can switch between the gun and the net with the C button. So as you progress through the game, you do get upgrades to the car. You get a turbo, and you get a more powerful gun as well. But you don't get any upgrades as far as your own weapons are concerned, as far as I'm aware. It's nice how they changed things up here. You can see there's a Mack truck in the scene now. We didn't see that at the beginning of the game. Yeah, so the developer was actually Gray Matter at Magic Excel. And it was Punk Development for the Genesis is the team that ported the game over. The game was published by Gremlin Graphics in Europe. US Gold published it somewhere else. I don't know where. I guess North America for every other platform but the Genesis, it looks like. And then the Genesis was published by Razorsoft. I have another Razorsoft published game as well. Boom, dead, game over. Yeah, I've got Stormlord as well for the Genesis, which was published by Razorsoft, which we've talked about on the channel as well. So there you have it. A quick little playthrough. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm going to try to do a complete speed run of this game with the exploit that I was talking about earlier. So I'm going to cut it off there. Let me know what you guys think of this game. And until next time, guys, have a good night.